Hello, everyone. As the Cashback Rewards program built by hoteliers for hoteliers, we're constantly fielding research to help our hotel customers better understand the wants and needs of their guests. So if we can go to the next page, with this study, we specifically wanted to understand those travelers who prefer boutique hotels, because knowing them better will help our hotelier partners drive more direct bookings and increase direct revenue. So we called this white paper Understanding Boutique Aficionados, Harnessing Actionable Insights to Drive Direct Bookings. And on the next page, we'll go through our two-part methodology. The first stage was a quantitative study in which we talked to over 1,000 Americans over the age of 25 with household incomes above $75,000. Now, all of the respondents had stayed in boutique hotels, including soft brands, at least 3 times in the previous 12 months. That's why we call them boutique aficionados. Now, the second phase was qualitative research conducted via usertesting.com, where we video recorded 16 Americans through every phase of the travel planning cycle, from choosing a destination to researching their hotels to their mode of transportation. We watched every step of the vacation planning process. And today we're going to share some of those top line insights with you. But even though this study focused on boutique hotel guests, we think it's relevant to all hoteliers that are needing to accelerate the planning funnel for their hotels. So let's dive in on the next page. The first thing that we wanted to know is why. Why do they travel? What emotional need does traveling or a vacation fulfill for them? And what we found is a majority use a vacation for learning and experiencing new things. Some wanted to experience food and drink. Some wanted to change their perspective or be the first to go to a new destination. Others just wanted to be pampered, and others wanted to be physically challenged. Now, on the next page, we looked a little bit further into the data, and this is where we had our first aha moment. That when we sliced and diced the information by the generations, we found that baby boomers were the cohort that most preferred to try a new destination so they could tell their friends about it. And those aged 50 to 65 had the highest preference for being physically challenged during a vacation. And what this shows is, don't prejudge. Listen to the data, use the research to gain new insights, and then leverage it and take advantage of it in learning something new. Let's go to the next slide. So once we understood why they wanted to why they were vacationing, we wanted to know why they preferred staying at boutique hotels over change. And most were looking for a very unique personal experience. Some wanted a better location that was associated with boutique hotels. Some were looking for luxury, and many were looking for a hotel that fit their personality. Let's go to the next page. So once we understood these motivations, we wanted to understand how they found out about boutique hotels and then how they booked these hotels. 17% found out about boutique hotels from recommendation from friends and family. Next was a combination of price comparison sites, recommendation sites, search sites, and at the bottom of the list were paid advertising mediums. So what we can see as marketing directors at hotels, we have a lot of levers that we need to take advantage of, but it's not going to be easy. These aren't paid mediums. In some case, we have to influence those recommendations from friends and family if we really want to make an impact. But how they find out about the hotels isn't necessarily how they end up booking. There was a difference there. So even though 42% reserved from an OTA in this study, 30% after doing all of their research prefer to use the hotel's website to actually book their stay. And this is important and something that hoteliers need to take advantage of. Let's go to the next slide. We found out during the study that planning travel is a long process for these boutique aficionados. They're discriminating and they want to do a lot of research, but that doesn't necessarily indicate that this is an arduous experience for them. In fact, only 20% reported negative emotions such as frustration or confusion when they were planning travel. To the contrary, almost 80% experienced positive feelings like excitement, joy, surprise, and anticipation when they were planning travel. And I think this is something that we need to understand and take advantage of as we're creating our websites, as we're creating our marketing materials, that this is a joyous experience that we need to match and be relevant for when we're creating our marketing messages. On the next page, we dove into what these boutique aficionados are looking for when they're on a hotel's website. And of course, number one is an accurate description and a full description of the rooms. But actually hearing from past guests was very important. They wanted reviews from past guests, photos from past guests, professional photography, and appeal of the website design was very important to them. And we also asked what would cause them to bounce? What would cause them to leave your website and go elsewhere? And of course, high prices were the number one reason, as well as lack of information on room and amenities. But also, the experience of the website was very important. If the photos or the website design wasn't attractive, that made them think twice about wanting to stay there. But also the website taking too long to load was a major determining factor of if they left a website. Let's go to the next page. But once we have them on the website, what is the motivating factor to get them to book? And in our study, we found that a cash back message was superior to gift cards, charitable donations, merchandise, points, and other perks. And at the Guestbook, we're a cashback rewards program. So this was assuring to us that cashback was still king and still a motivator to get guests to book direct on your website. Let's go to the next page. So these were just a few insights from our 11-page white paper. And I can summarize some of the takeaways in 5 points. Be more relevant by leveraging and understanding the motivations of these boutique aficionados to get away. Build the desire to book direct. These are smart travelers. They prefer to book direct on your website, but they need an excuse to do it. Compel guests to share because they're your most impactful marketing medium. Elevate the online user experience, and details make the difference in your marketing materials and your website. So not only in the white paper do we give you these 5 takeaways, we give you tips for how to do this. And on the next page, our 6th takeaway, don't forget about the power of cashback to drive more direct bookings and net revenue. And at the Guestbook, we're the premier cashback platform for independent hotels. We give your guests the freedom of choice of 5% cash back, charitable donations, or 15% cash forward towards a future stay at any of the Guestbook hotels. So we're driving revenue for you. But in addition to providing this platform, we're a good partner. As hoteliers ourselves, we're constantly doing research like this to ensure that our hotel partners are knowledgeable about their guests and constantly boosting their bottom line.